I also forget about this thing. Well, in a very, very crucial match as far as the top of the table is concerned. A bit Hull to start the game. A long, deep kick. Very, very briefly looking at the Bradford team. We start with Richard Dax at number 1. Paul Medley, the second row man, still being preferred on that right wing position. Carl Hall moved from his usual wing position to centre. Paul Newlove and Jerry Cordell being brought into the team after the defeat at Halifax on Friday evening. Neil Summers and Derek Fox, a normal half-back pairing. Roy Powell, Trevor Clark, Paul Gratian, Paul Dixon, Carl Fairback and David Heron form the back three. Today's substitutes for Bradford Northern are Dio Powell, making a welcome return after a long injury layoff, and Adam Greenwood. Bradford Northern person, I'll go over the Hull team in a couple of minutes as Derek Fox takes us deep into Hull territory. Hull field, lots of changes in the Hull side today. Richard Gay, the regular number 1, Paul Eastwoods, he comes back in after a little bit of rest, replacing Rob Nolan. Brandon Greenwood, the former Halifax junior, he's at number 3. James Grant and a local boy, Paul Sterling, signed from Bradford and Bingley early in the season. Local lad who was educated at Margaret Clitheroe School, he's on the left wing. Changes at half-back for Hull, they have Jeff Doyle at number 6, Mark Hewitt at number 7. Mark Jones, the big Welsh boy, he comes in at number 8, Mike Dixon. Tim Street, unfortunately, doesn't make the starting lineup today, and he's replaced by Russ Walker. Daniel Devey. That's right, Rob Wilson at number 12, and Dean Busby at number 13. And the Hull substitutes are Gary Nolan and Steve McNamara. And once again, Bradford Northern in possession. Richard Darks received a very, very nasty gash above his left eye in the clash at Halifax. Surprising that he's made the lineup today, but obviously a credit to the lad's commitment to the game. 4 or 5 stitches in the eye wound. Straight away, it's David Heron looking for a wide ball. Not the best of passes, but well taken by Carl Hall. One of the few bright points of the Bradford Northern display at Thrum Hall on Friday was the form of Carl Hall with tremendous breaks from well inside his own half as Carl Fairbank. He does well, but no man on the outside. Neil Summers just unfortunately taking a wrong option on that inside. It's big Paul Gratian now will take Bradford Northern forward into the Hull half. So Fox, obviously, the wind there hampering the kick, deferring the little chip through rather than hoisting the big high up and under. And there, Matt Jones, not the best of passes, but Sterling making amends, taking a not the best of passes and a better. So Bradford moving up very fast on the outside, cutting the Hull options down. Hull, of course, fresh from that win at local derby win at the weekend over local rivals Rovers, which put their counterparts in deep relegation trouble. Obviously, they're desperate for a win today, as much as Bradford are desperate for a nice trip through. Heron's got it covered. Heron does well, but the ball goes back, and that'll be back to 1 for Hull. Chance for Sterling on the outside. Ball should have gone there by Greenwood, but he kept hold of the ball, and Mark Jones takes the ball forward. Roy Powell, Bradford not coming off that defensive line, waiting for the big Hull forwards to meet them. Straight away Dixon, this is where the little fella's so dangerous away from marker. Possibly one of the fastest hookers in the game over that 5 or 6 yards away from the marker position. Well, Hull only inches short as Bradford. Devey, but well up by Bradford. That's good defence, but once again the ball managed to get out, and Hewitt picks the ball up, which brings it to the final tackle. David Heron slowing play down as much as he possibly can. Hewitt again with a little chip through, well covered. Well, Steve, a bright start from Hull.
It's a pretty good attack with Jeff Doyle guilty of perhaps of hanging on when Paul Sterling a try scoring chance outside him, but Northern turning the ball. Medley off the wing, tackled by Busby. Gratian. Bradford's defeat at Halifax on Friday night cost them dear, of course, but here's Paul Newlove, beats the tackle of Devey, got the winger outside him, got Cordell for the corner, and he's going to make it, I think. Good Bradford try. Some good centre play by Paul Newlove, who was on the end of a nice passing movement and then drew his man, and the whole cover, 2 men chasing back, but they couldn't take Gerald Cordle.
Winger with some space on the outside, and Cordle was fast enough and strong enough to score in the corner. And we already commented, a similar thing could have happened because Jeff Doyle should have given Paul Sterling a running chance on the opposite wing, and I'm sure he'd have made use of it. As it is, Fox's kick is short, kicking into the wind, quite strong. So we've been playing about 8 minutes, and it's Bradford 4, Hull 0. Paul Eastwood to restart. Eastwood will kick deep, use the wind, he hasn't, he's kept it low. Goes to Derek Fox, who'll give it to Dixon. Roy Powell. Oh, good tackling by Hull. Wilson and Dixon. Gratian. Tackled by Doyle and Hewitt. Fox. Heron. Oh, nice dummy. Oh, Summers. Catch it the second attempt, last tackle. Fox. Kicks over Sterling's head. He'll let it go into touch, he does. But a good 6 by Bradford. Well, I think a lot in this game will depend who's the stiffest after their Good Friday games. Hull against the traditional enemy LKR, and Bradford against Halifax. Sure to be a few bruises being carried. Richard Gay. Grant. Tackled by Heron. Busby. Breaks Fairbank's tackle, forced to Newlove. Mark Jones. Last tackle. Doyle. Gets rid of it to Sterling. That's so much of pass as he releases the ball. Dixon kicks. Panic stuff. Oh, bad bounce, or a good bounce for Hull. DB, oh, Tressa. Oh, well taken there by the Bradford defender. It's Paul Newlove to Fox. Looked for a moment that Mike Dixon's hopeful kick was going to result in something for Hull. Powell. Fairbank back to Clark, who lost it. Dixon. Good tackle there by Heron. Hull got men out on the left. Busby sidesteps. Clark into the tackle. Wilson from acting halfback. Wilson. Yeah, he's over. Good try by Rob Wilson. Just strong running. Well, you could say from the Bradford point of view, poor marker defence, John.
Yeah, very, very shoddy tackling there by Bradford. I'm sure Coach Peter Fox will be far from happy with it, but all credit to Hull. The gap was there, and the big fella used all his power and strength to power his way over.
But no goal. Scores tied up at 4-all. 12 minutes of the match gone. And so Derek Fox to restart. Richard Gay collects. So the ball bounced first. It's taken by Gratian and Roy Powell. Deve out of a couple of tackles. Good yards made. Here comes Russ Walker. Oh, good run by Russ Walker. Jones. Ball out to Busby. but unable to get the pass back to Jones. But some promising work up the middle by the Hull forwards, and certainly making ground. Meanwhile, Carl Fairbank has got a bad gash on his head and is coming off. He'll go into the blood bin. And on comes Adam Greenwood. This will be a temporary replacement. Certainly Bradford will not want to be without Carl Fairbank, who are probably his most penetrative of all their forwards, and as we've seen, usually has very good games against Hull. Clark, taken by Jones, who played on the halfway line. Here comes Gratian. Dean Busby very keen to make an impression, back in the side for the first time since the Wigan Cup tie when he got injured. Had a couple of A-team outings recently. Been a disappointing season for him. So much was promised. He's been ruined by injury. He's got a chance to re-establish himself towards the end of the season. Fox. Gratian run around play. Brings Paul Dixon into it. He's just short of the 30-metre line as he's tackled. Derek Fox kicks through on the last. That's a good kick to the corner, and Cordell gets there first, I think. They got around Paul Eastwood, and Gerald Cordell comes up with a second try. Well, that was a perfectly judged kick by Derek Fox, and this in-goal area here at Bradford just slightly sloped uphill in the corners to accommodate the speedway track. Well, that was a splendid kick by Derek Fox, and Cordell somehow got on the outside of Paul Eastwood, and he's over for the try, Brian.
Yeah, a bit of a soft try really, but as you said, a well-judged kick by Derek Fox. And Cordell was just too quick for Eastwood. So it's Derek Fox trying to convert, just a yard in touch. Fox, difficult kick this for Derek Fox. A good effort, hits the post. Good effort by Fox. So we're just in a quarter of an hour then. It's Bradford 8, Hull 4. A kick that Derek Fox has done many times, I think, John, that one.
Yeah, so like saying it's really in front of two Hull commentators, but it's a little play that Bradford have. You can see the raised corners over there. It's something Derek Fox uses 2 or 3 times in the game. But excellent kick, and I must say, great turn of pace there from Cordell. Back in the first team after length run in the A-team. He's been out of favour lately when the 2 clubs have come in, and of course he's doing his chances of a transfer. No harm at all with that tremendous form. I hope he carries on, and from our sake, let's hope he makes it a hat-trick as Adam Greenwood deputising at the moment for Carl Fairbank. Takes it forward, a nice ball to Roy Powell. Trevor Clark at half-backs. Fox, of course, at the pivot position. He'll be looking for Gratian on the inside, using him as a foil, and hits Neil Summers. Straight away. Heron. This is a lot better performance already by Bradford from the dismal display they had at Halifax on Friday, and who knows, once again that we see Fox is there, that kick into the corner. This time it's Medley who's chasing, but the ball this time just not having the legs, but Richard Gay had the cover, had the pace to get over there and make sure everything was on the safe side for Hull. Both sides looking a little bit tired, Steve. I think maybe the long season and the game on Friday may be catching up with them.
I think that's certainly the case, John. Both sides are involved in very tough matches on Friday. Relatively little time to recover. Paul Sterling loses the ball. Bradford in possession with Summers on the whole 20-metre line. Threat again. Darks. Tackle by James Grant. Here comes Greenwood. Gets to the 10-metre line. Derek Fox calling play on to the right. Switches play, brings Powell up the middle. He stopped about 6 metres away. Here comes Heron. Darks, who's got to run in the first team with David Watson's suspension. Fox goes through, chips through, and it's Mark Hewitt who has to make ball dead. Derek Fox's kicking game already a feature of the match. Player, of course, that Hull were very keen on signing at the time he left Featherstone, but he elected to come here to Bradford to rejoin his former coach Peter Fox. And very shrewd acquisition. There's no coincidence that Bradford's climb up the league table to become championship contenders has coincided with the acquisition of Derek Fox, supplemented this season, of course, by Paul Newlove. Newlove fields from the dropout. Tackled by Dive, Doyle and Greenwood. Adam Greenwood. Certainly running strongly. Rob Wilson in with one of those big shoulder hits. Paul Gratian offloads. Clark. Now Carl Hall, a recent acquisition from Doncaster. Fox runs the blind side. They bring it up the open with Dixon within 5 metres. Quick play of the ball. Fox, Heron. Greenwood offloads, but it's taken by Paul Eastwood. Enterprising play by Bradford. But Hull come up with possession. And Dive gets outside the 20-metre line. Gay runs from acting halfback. Hewitt, Jones. Another player will be keen to impress, been out of the first team for some while. Gets his chance today with Steve McNamara on the bench. Rob Wilson. Hewitt breaks a tackle, goes up the middle. Doyle kicks for the corner, but it... Here comes Hall. The restart makes valuable yards to the 40-metre line. Derek Fox, out to Newlove, steps through Greenwood, gets away from Doyle, gets away from Hewitt, takes a high shot in the end. I think Rob Wilson, or was it Brandon Greenwood, accused of the high tackle. Such a dangerous player, so good on his feet, and when he steps inside, Brian, very difficult. You've got to be really set well to take him, and he just stepped through the Hull cover there brilliantly.
Yeah, he made 30 yards and beat 3 men with ease then, Newlove, as it is. Penalty against Greenwood for a high tackle. Blind, Newlove, good tackle by Doyle. Oh, brave bit of play by Richard Gay there, clears the danger. Into touch, keeps the pressure on. It's important. Next set of tackles for Hull. They've withstood the pressure so far, but Bradford are finding these half gaps. Fox, Gratian. Powell. Good tackle by Jones. Working the other side, Heron. Oh, long ball to Sterling, to set Sterling, he should score. Sterling! He'll be over in the corner. Yeah, easy try for Paul Sterling. Summers was never really going to get to him, Steve, because he had such a good start. Intercepted well, must have gone a good 70 yards for that one. Important try for Hull.
Yes, Paul Sterling's second try of the weekend, of the Easter weekend. Scored a good try, clinching try against Hull KR on Friday. Certainly showed his pace there. And all that from a Bradford-born player, John.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Oh, that's it. Are we on?
Yeah, you're on. We're rolling now.
Paul, so 25 minutes gone, 8-all the score. Both sides showing some defensive vulnerability. Bradford had a good spell of pressure there. Kept Hull pinned in their own half. But gave away the intercept. Danny Devey rolls out of the 20-metre line. Players on both sides falling off tackles. Good work by Busby. Close to the ruck, stopping Jones this time. Finding space, gets almost to the halfway line. Dixon, Hewitt, kicks through. James Grant in pursuit. Richard Darks chases back for Northern. It's tricky. And he makes the ball. Disappointing away performances recently, but come here to Odsal with considerable spirit. Hewitt. Busby goes to acting half. Eastwood. Cross-field run. Busby again to acting half. Jones. Oh, gets over the 10-metre line. Hull in a good attacking position. Hewitt. Dixon on the inside. But well read by Derek Fox. Makes the tackle. Devey. A lovely slip ball by Danny Devey. And Richard Gay came onto it perfectly. Absolutely perfect timing, Brian.
I mean, that was just classic, simple rugby league football. Just drawing the man, putting the ball into the gap. Right into Richard Gay's hands. Easy try. And one a bit nearer for Paul Eastwood. Falls over again. The wind must be considerably stronger than it looks up here. There's no doubt all have got the wind. That's Paul Eastwood. It's there. Worth the messing them out for the 2 points. So it's Bradford 8 playing what I make it about 28, 29 minutes. And it's Derek Fox to restart.
Just film it off that camera to them, mate. And then off the juke and back there. It's not the half problem with that one.
Busby. Russ Walker. He's entitled to be tied after his exertions on Good Friday. Had an excellent game. Jones. All good ball from Dixon. Doyle. Another chip by Hewitt. Turns the fullback. With Grant after the ball. Grant and Greenwood tackle Darts inside his 20. Caudle running off. Well, good tackle by Wilson and Busby. Paul Medley gives it out to Hull. Thought he might have gone himself then. Hull's no support on that side. Roy Powell. Stopped by Wilson. Clark. So it's Derek Fox going to kick towards Paul Sterling's wing. I think it could be ball back. It is. Bradford struggled to make ground, John.
No.
Yes, when you're down, everything going wrong for Bradford at the moment. Derek Fox, usually the most reliable of kickers, putting that one set into touch. Admittedly, it is rather a breeze out there, but even so, putting themselves under pressure at every occasion at the moment, Bradford seem to be. But all credit to Hull, they're really firing in here, especially this fella here. Big Russ Walker, I've always been a fan of his since the signing from Barrow. You know, the good acquisitions that Hull have picked up over the year from the lower divisions. Good break by you, and a try-saving tackle there by Big Paul Newlove and Hewitt. As once again, Bradford, Hull take the game to Bradford. Dixon feeds the ball out well to Doyle. Carl Fairbank going to pull out a late tackle as once again Doyle keeps the ball alive. Well, a bit of a let-off there, probably young Mark Hewitt's first mistake of the game, taking the pressure right off Bradford. And this is where Bradford now have got to dig deep into their resources, especially these forwards, Gratian, Dixon, Fairbank. They've really got to start taking this game to the Hull. Trevor Clark, he's got to start shooting from the marker position. But once again we see Carl Hall, so that's Darks and Hall who's taking the ball away inside the Bradford 25. Out to Fox. Fox misses Fairbank out, gets the ball to Dixon. He tries to get round Hewitt, manages to get the ball away, and it's Summers again, but Bradford Northern has stood, and they stood flat. The crowd now beginning to get on the Bradford players' backs, and that's the last thing they want. Out to Heron. Heron gets the ball beautifully to Fairbank, has the gap. Correll's on his outside. Correll gets the kick through from Fairbank, and really that was the wrong option. Correll, he looks round in, or shall I say, disappointment at Carl Fairbank. He thought he took the right option, but I agree with Correll on that occasion. So Bradford, once again, big Mark Jones. Look at the yardage he's making. Bradford not coming off that defensive line, not moving up and meeting these big Hull players as they bring the game to Bradford. Big shoulder charge from Carl Fairbank. There's the last tackle. Young Dean Busby. And a bit of a knock. That's not the best of kicks to Medley the man who could possibly exploit this, but Sterling, possibly not the best defensive winger in rugby league, manages to bring down the big fella. As Darks. Can't fault the youngsters, played most of his time on the wing in the A-team was Roy Powell. Really Bradford looking for a little bit of inspiration. Dixon makes good yards, but Mark Jones meeting him shoulder to shoulder. Fox switches play. Good play from Heron, and Fox taken off the ball by Mark Jones. Neither touch, just saw it. Cordell away now. Is it going to be a hat-trick? He ought to go in and outside his man. He goes inside. Tries to bounce over Gay, but great defensive qualities showed there by Richard Gay. But once again, tremendous yards by Gerald Cordell, and that's a bit more like it from Bradford Northern. Cordell showing there what he can do, given a chance. But really end-to-end stuff at the moment, still 14-18 Hull's favour. 7 minutes remaining, approximately of this half. Well, Brandon Greenwood being replaced by Gary Nolan. Obviously, I think that one's tactical, Steve, or has he picked up an injury?
I would think it's tactical. I think Greenwood's finding Paul Newlove a difficult customer to deal with. Not the only player in the league who's found that. Gary Nolan is well known for his defensive qualities. He's a big player, strong defender. Not as quick as Brandon Greenwood, but scored some telling tries this year for Hull. Got a nice step as well. So he takes the ball from the scrum. Paul Eastwood. Cross field. Out to Gay. Grant. Out to Sterling. Sterling with a bit of room, but cuts back inside and then opens up again. Up to the halfway. Good enterprising play by Hull. We haven't seen this sort of play in too many away matches this year. Deve through. He's got Richard Gay with him. Will he need him? Inside to Deve and over for the try. The referee gives it. Bradford crowd are feeling for a forward pass, but the referee in good position gives the try, and Richard Gay comes up with his second, and Hull's lead extends to 10. Well, Danny Deve just broke the Bradford cover. Then it was a matter of whether he could he broke the Bradford line. It was a matter of whether he could outpace the cover. He decided on the ball back to Richard Gay. And Richard Gay, good supporting fullback, as he always says, there to score, Brian.
Yeah, good travel. Good lead if Hull could take this into half-time. I'll make it about 5 minutes to half-time. So it's Eastwood. Gets it. So I say I'll make it 4 minutes to half time. Bradford Northern 8, Hull 20.
Well, certainly an unexpected score. Bradford with everything to play for today, and Hull really just that very remotest chance of making the top 8, safe from any relegation fear. But what a fine performance we're seeing by Hull today. And Bradford uncharacteristically missing a lot of tackles. Dean Busby back up to the 20-metre line, working very hard, making lots of yards. Gary Nolan. Dixon finds Rob Wilson. Oh, he too breaks a tackle. This time the tackle of Hall. Doyle. Hewitt. Kicks again. Grant's offside, the referee tells him he is. Darks has to field it behind his own line. And he's taken down just short of the 10-metre line by Gary Nolan. Mark Hewitt causing problems for the Bradford fullback with his kicking game. Bradford looking a bit flat, John.
Yes, it's all falling apart for Bradford at the moment. So much evolves on a little fella there. We just saw Derek Fox. He's trying his hardest, but when the runners aren't coming for him, I'm afraid that's when Bradford start to struggle. However, all is not over yet. Gratian with the ball. He drives forward. It's been a tackling really that's let Bradford down, being some woeful defending for the majority of the Hull tries, as Fox once again puts it into the left-hand corner. Fairbank chasing Eastwood along with Dixon. Out to Gay. All credit to Hull though, very enterprising way they've played today. Move the ball about. Sterling. He shoots away from marker. But once again we see the Bradford defence cornered at 6 and 7s as they wing it allowed to go 10 or 12 metres. Well, again when they kick Gate, good chasing game, but once again we see Richard Darks be surrounded by a posse of Hull defenders who chase up the ball as Bradford wander back into position. Once again it's Cordell that has to come to the rescue, driving the ball out. Jeff Doyle eventually manages to pull him down to the ground. Medley, who's at half back, but he stutters away from marker and makes very little progress. Long ball out. Summers. Fairbank does better. Well picked up by Derek Fox right from his toes. Brings us a last tackle, but the kicker now. Bradford without a kicker. Fox being tackled. Summers, he has to put an emergency kick in there, but gets no real power behind it. Sterling picks the ball up. Decides to attack once again down that left flank. I can't tell you what. Ducking under Paul Gratian and little Hewitt there, proving rather an elusive character. I thought when we saw the Hull team, minus Peter, I was going to say Peter Sterling there, going back to the glory days. Des Hasler, I thought possibly Bradford Northern must start favourites, but certainly not going that way, Steve, at the moment.
No, it's been a very impressive display by Hull. They've started confidently, very different style of play from what we've seen in particularly a number of away games. A lot of ball movement. James Grant Grant's away, inside, it's a try, I think, for Gary Nolan. Oh, another try, well. Hull finding lots of gaps in this Bradford defence, and their support play has been very good. And a remarkable first half performance from Hull. Gary Nolan, his customary try. It's a player that just keeps scoring. And James Grant, good work by Grant there, Brian.
Yeah, excellent. Just took off, as you say, though, Steve. It's the interpassing, it's the support play that's really cutting Bradford to ribbons at the moment, because they're not moving up and tackling. And they look very heavy leg, Bradford. So it's Paul Eastwood trying to put all 18 points in front. And we're right on half-time. So it's Eastwood. Gets it. So it's Bradford 8, Hull 26. And Bradford really have to do something in the second half. They've got the wind advantage second half. I'm sure Derek Fox will use that, but it's not so much the wind, I don't think. It's the kind of spirit. Hull are playing with much more spirit, and as we've already commented, look like the side that's playing for the championship. Fox kicks to Gary Nolan. Tackled by Grayson and Newlove. There's a half-time hooter. Boos greeting the Bradford team from their supporters as they leave the field. Obviously the home supporters very, very disappointed with this performance, and I'm sure Peter Fox will have something to say at half-time, Steve.
I certainly will, but what a great performance by Hull. I can only really think of one away game which we've played a similar style of football and quite successful. That was at Leeds when we drew, but we've had some very disappointing away displays. But total contrast of style today, and it certainly paid off. But Peter Fox will certainly be the worriedest man in Odsal at the moment. Bradford, I think, have had one or two big comebacks this year, John. I think a game against Sheffield here when they're a long, long way behind and came back and pinched it. And I think the corresponding game at Sheffield, something similar happened. So they're not out of it, and they'll come back, I think. But at the moment, they look a very tired, leg-weary side.
Certainly do, Steve. You mentioned there early in the season, two tremendous comeback by Bradford Northern. But I think if they pull this one out of the fire, it'll be the biggest comeback since Mons. Certainly leaving themselves a heck of a lot to do. All credit to Hull, as you say. I've been very, very impressed with the style of rugby they've been playing. They've moved the ball wide whenever they could. And as you said earlier, it looks as though Hull are title contenders and Bradford Northern are looking for relegation. Let's hope it all changes in the second half.
About to start the second half. One or two changes in the Bradford side. It looks as if Paul Gresham has gone off. Adam Greenwood, that we saw earlier in a blood bin stint for Carl Fairbank, is on. Paul Medley looks as if he's going to go into the pack. Heron probably back to stand off, and Dio Powell has come on. And it looks as if he's going to play on the centres or on the wing. Let's see what happens. He's on in the centre at the moment with Hall on the wing. Well, Bradford desperately, John, need an early score if they're going to come back in this game.
Certainly do, Steve. As you said, Dio Powell, he's come on into the centre position, with Carl Hall just reverting to his previous wing position. Medley, of course, looking a little bit more firepower up front, but certainly a long way to go for Bradford. Like to have been a fly on the wall in the dressing room for the half-time team talk from Peter Fox. Hewitt. Saw the strength of the wind there, not getting much distance behind it. Summers at full-back, obviously Darks has gone off. So Dio Powell with those scurrying little runs. Good tackling by Hull once again. They're moving up very, very fast, giving Bradford Northern room to play the game. This time it's Greenwood, who had an impressive 10 minutes when he came on for the injured Carl Fairbank in the first half. making good yards once again for Bradford. Now we see Fox at first man again. Heron outside him, Bradford a little bit more width. Good ball, Dixon gets the ball away to Newlove. Newlove will have the power, will he? Good ball to Cordell, and that's hat-trick time for Cordell. Superb play from Bradford Northern. Just the start they wanted, as you said, Steve.
Yes, they got it. Some lovely play there. Good classic play by Paul Newlove in the centre. Found himself some room, made the space, drew the cover and got Cordell in for a hat-trick. Bradford right back now in it, 12 points to 26, still a long way to go, but that's just the start they needed. Hits the post and comes out. Well, had won each of those now. So it's 12 points to 26. Hull have a 14-point lead. But those are just a taste, Brian, of what Bradford can do.
Yeah, it's good football, Bradford. Moved it well going left then. Some good quick hands, and then, as you say, classic centre play. Paul Newlove straightened the line up, and Cordell went over easily in the corner. So it's Paul Eastwood to restart. Long kick by Eastwood to Fairbank. Tackle inside is 20. Medley. Oh, good tackle by Wilson. Clark getting a roll on Bradford. Good quick clear the ball. Fox. Heron. Stummies. To Roy Powell. Tackled by Jones and Wilson. Trevor Clark, Fox, Dixon, Fairbank. Last tackle. Penalty. A little bit fortunate there, I think. Played for it and got it. Fox makes a good 20 with a kick. Roy Powell. Inside the whole 20. Greenwood. Switch. Heron. Well, good tackling by Hull, didn't by the dummy. Powell. Stay out Powell from Hunslet. 4 tackles gone. Clark. Dixon. Tries to surge through, last tackle. Good quick further ball by Dixon. Fairbank kicks, it'll go dead. Just lost the pattern there, led off for Hull there. Hull need to relieve the pressure, Steve.
Yes, Bradford certainly stepped up 2 or 3 gears, I think, at the start of the second half. As John Simpson was speculating, I think Peter Fox must have been in prime form at half-time. Probably the players playing on fear, John.
Well, I think playing for pride as well, Steve. Certainly will have had a bit of a bashing from Peter at half-time, but shouldn't have to do it when so many internationals of Bradford Northern have on the side. He had to do it on Friday at Halifax. Really, the lads are going to start motivating themselves now. Dixon, good switch of play. Up inside and Medley moving up, but notable that it was the only forward moving up. Eastwood's come inside and got a bit of a knock there. Strummers gets the ball, acting as an emergency fullback. Picks the ball up and drives forward. But once again, Bradford sauntering back. Cal Hall driving forward. Heron. Roy Powell's never stopped trying. Never say die, Roy. And he still gets the ball away. Good play. Trevor Clark makes those extra yards. Just short of the halfway line. Derek Fox wants to quick play the ball. It's been noticeable that Bradford have made inroads when they've run from the ruck, just as Carl Fairbank was doing there. Ball goes back to Fox, he keeps it alive. Nola's got the ball now. Bick's the first tackler, gets the ball away to Dio Powell. Dio looks to slip, but nobody in support. Medley at half-back. Well, not the best of passes. David Hedden running in the way of Derek Fox, but quite sensible, leaving the ball, allowing Bradford to gain the advantage. And it brings us to the 5th tackle. Fox again, he's going to put a little twisting ones. He can look Carl Fairbank's offside, and very careful. Cordell isn't, no. Cordell didn't try another foot. Well, the referee said they were offside, but I was right in line there. And Cordell came from an onside position. When Bradford had run the ball from the ruck, they've made good yards. But when they put Derek Fox at the pivot, the whole are moving up and managing to pin them down.
Yeah, certainly Bradford, well, I think really playing the ball a lot more quickly in the second half and getting away from acting half well, and certainly been going forward, and they've had really had the possession in the second half so far. Hull about to make a substitution. Steve McNamara coming on for Mark Jones. And Jones trots off on the far side. But Jones has had a very solid game. Russ Walker. Will play it on the 40-metre line. Here comes Dive. And now Busby, who also has had a fine game, working very close to the ruck. McNamara. 8 metres inside the northern half. Russ Walker again. And the last tackle, 30 metres away. Hewitt goes to the air with the kick, hoping for the wind to hold it up. It's a pretty useful kick. Bounces awkwardly. And James Grant has the try, as he has. The Bradford indecisive under the high kick. It was a towering kick, swirling in this wind. It was a nightmare, really, for the fullback to take. And it bounced away from him, and James Grant was there just to pick up and crash over the line. And Hull have answered, Brian, that early Bradford pressure with a very important try.
Yeah, it was a good example as well, where kicking into the wind is an advantage, because full-back had it all covered, but then it blew back into the Hull players. He couldn't collect it. It fell calmly for James Grant, who just got it over the line. Important score, as you say, it re-establishes Hull's lead. And not too difficult a kick for Paul Eastwood to increase it. Paul Eastwood cleans his boots, goes to his ritual, ball falls down, stops the clock. Mike Dixon go and hold the ball. So it's Eastwood trying to add the points. He does. Good kick by Eastwood. So we've been playing, I'll make it 10 minutes of the second half. The score is Bradford 12, Hull 32.
Bradford once again with a mountain to climb now. Hull are really running hard, coming from deep. Hewitt. Hewitt, former academy player at Hull. So Dixon now. Dixon, haven't seen Dixon go from acting half-back as much as we normally do, but this time he puts it up and under Bradford Northern, they're waiting for it. This time it bounces off the head of a Hull player and just rolls into touch, so that'll be Bradford's head and ball. A bit of a question for what happened next, I think, on that one. A question of the sport one evening. Fox just wandering away, not wanting to put the ball in on that occasion. Obviously his pack just not quite ready. It's so vital that now Bradford really capitalise on every little bit of possession that they actually do have. Heron, who's operating at 6, feeds the ball to Summers. Well, like a flash, those Hull defenders up on him. Nolan having to come in from the centre position, helping out his forwards. Fairback comes for the short ball from the ruck. That's better play from Bradford. Powell's in there now. He gets the ball, but it's not the best of passing. The ball goes down, and once again, Bradford squandered possession. Really been the tale of the Bradford performance today. They haven't valued the football as they should do. DB with a long pass out. James Grant, he hands off one. But Bradford Northern closing him down very, very fast. Ball back inside. Hewitt organises runners on the outside. That time it's Walker, who for my money has had a tremendous game for Hull today. Never stopped as Hewitt puts a teasing little kick through, looking for the corners, alley. Derek Fox, but this time it's Summers who manages to pick the ball up. Cordell, a little bit of room to work from Mark. He manages to lose the first one, but Steve McNamara waiting for him. Carlisle, he steps inside. He had no room to work today, really. Fairbank had a much better second half as Carl. Been very, very much involved. Now Newlove. Every time Newlove gets the ball, there's 3, 4 Hull defenders closely shadowing him, not giving him an inch of room after that tremendous first half he had, despite the fact that Bradford were losing. Ball goes back to Richard Gay. He steps inside one, but last-ditch tackle by Carl Fairbank, who, as I said, very much to the fore at the moment. Game at a crucial stage now, Steve. Bradford have to score if they're going to get back into this game.
Yes, they have, and I think they've also, as Dale Powell was guilty perhaps of an ambitious pass a few moments ago, but it was typical catch-up rugby, really, because they have to take those sort of chances. Here comes Dean Busby on a break. Gets to the 20-metre line. Hull again getting through that Bradford line. Hewitt, Gay, Grant. Kicks through. Plenty of Hull chasers. Carl Hold as well. But again, Bradford having to work the ball away from their own danger zone. Powell. Medley gets away from Steve McNamara, but not from Rob Wilson. Wilson's tackling has been exemplary. This is Greenwood, who to me has looked as good as any of the Bradford forwards today. Certainly made the yards. Now Heron. Tackle on the 30-metre line. It's the 5th and last tackle. Fairbank kicks through. Steve McNamara, the ball goes loose. Bradford have it, and it's 6 more. It's Summers who picks up just over halfway. Now Dixon beats the tackle of Grant, but falls to Hewitt. Can't pick up his support. Clark, Powell. Crosses the 20-metre line. Bradford in good attacking position. Fox is at acting half. Heron first receiver. Brings Newlove on the inside, almost through. We'll play it 12 metres away. Fairbank. Back to Fox. Needs somebody short. Doesn't pick up his support. It's the last tackle. Bradford 3 metres away. Clark. Oh, no, really.
Bradford Northern wanted for him to leave the field. So Hull eventually decided to tap it. Up very, very fast is Paul Medley, that's more like it. Walker again. Ball goes loose. Referee's seen it. Bit of a knock-on, said the linesman. Well, they all count. It'll be Bradford's head and ball. The clock ticks down. So Derek Fox is signaling to David Heron. Must be maybe looking for a bit of a switch play, or he'll take the ball himself. Ball goes straight to Heron. There's the switch inside to Dio. Powell does well. Beats the first line of defence, but the pack breaking up come across and pull Dio down. No Lovell's really tried hard. He takes the ball and gets a good ball to Jack Carl Hall, good ball inside to Clark. Will he have the pace? He should just be a side out of the try time for Bradford. Great try from Carl Hall, good into passing play. And now Bradford going to start climbing that mountain. They've got themselves back in the game once and let it slip. They require no more mistakes now. I'm sure Derek Fox will hurry this kick along. Nigel Stevenson giving the instructions, but a great try there. I'll do it. So Trevor Clark and Bradford come back into it, Steve. I know they're asking a lot, but playing like that, they've still got a chance.
Yeah, they refuse to die, don't they? That was good work by Carl Hall, I thought, there. Away on the outside, and then a lovely time pass inside to Trevor Clark. Supported very well. Derek Fox misses with a goal kick, though, and they need to put those over. So it's 14-32.
With a drop goal instead. Bad defence by Hilton. Yeah, look at that.
No.
He did well on that 3-4 left on here. Deals well.
So Paul Eastwood to restart again. Referee calling for another for the ball. No ball for Paul Eastwood to kick off at the moment.
We've only got one ball.
And now there are two. So Eastwood to restart. Long kick, though. We thought Hull had the advantage of the win. Oh, terrible mistake by Roy Powell over his own line. Drop out straight away. We thought in the first half Hull had the advantage of the win, and I think probably it is blowing that way, but it's certainly the length of that kick-off revealed that it's perfectly easy to make yards with the ball from the kick. Derek Fox kicks out. Taken by Hewitt. Slight fumble, but holds on. And he crosses the 40-metre line in reply. Gay finds Rob Wilson. Gay again, an acting halfback, finds Busby running, probing close to the ruck. Dangerous there, Dean Busby. Hewitt, untidy pass from Dixon. Deve standing very wide, back to Grant. Grant gets away from one tackler, but he's wrapped up in the end by Greenwood. Now McNamara crosses the 20-metre line. It's the last tackle. Back to Hewitt, going for the drop goal, or rather one that he won't want to remember very much. Good tactics, though, perhaps. Brian, you were calling for a drop goal a few minutes ago. 18 points ahead. 4 scores is considerably harder than 3. 3's tough enough.
That's right, yeah, to put all 19 points in front, but as you say, it never got off the ground. I think a Bradford man injured. I think it's Newloff. Seemed a simple enough tackle. Referee blew a whistle immediately.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please make your way
It's Powell, the substitute.
Please make your way to
Trevor Clark to Medley. Oh, good tackle by Busby. Roy Powell, tackled by McNamara. To Gratian, who's come back on. He's high tackle against McNamara, I think. Long kick by Derek Fox. Takes hold into their own 20. Another dangerous attacking position. Gratian. Roy Powell. Switch to Dixon for the post. Fox is held up. Desperate defence there by Hull. Derek Fox looks all on the scorer, but he's held up over the Hull line. Typical surging run there by Paul Dixon. So it's Bradford's head and ball, 10 yards out. Hall. Heron to Paul Newlove, who falls down. Heron. Greenwood. Some good yards for Bradford. Summers. Fox. That looked forward, wasn't it? Paul Dixon. Heron switches to Fox. Chip, it looks strong to me. It isn't. Just made it, held up again. Well judged kick, Fox. Caudle touches down for his fourth try, Steve.
Well, he's having a field there, isn't he, Gerald Caudle? Well judged kick by Derek Fox. Paul Eastwood stumbled on the turning, trying to get back to it. And it was only then a matter of whether Gerald Caudle will be beaten by the dead ball line, but he wasn't. A good try. And again, that combination of a Derek Fox kick and Gerald Caudle following up.
Yes, so 4 tries and, well, maybe too early to say it, but on the losing side. Long time since that's happened, I think. But Derek Fox now, we need this goal desperately, but little fella did well there. 13 minutes left. Catches a ball to turn it round, just missed it, and certainly the little fella hasn't got his kicking boots on today when he's needed it. It's 32 points to 20, 12 points in it now. Bradford Northern roughly having to score at a point a minute to get back on even terms with Hull. Mr. Eastwood certainly will take his time kicking the goal. Kicking the ball away, shall we say, for his kick-off. Well, sure it'll be a long, deep kick. This time the ball finding Dixon. He manages to take it cleanly and drives the ball forward. It's not held, he bounces up and goes well. Elbows obviously not touching the ground on that occasion. Adam Greenwood. As I said before, he's put a tremendous stint into Adam Greenwood. Certainly been as good as any of the stars in the Bradford Northern Pack medley. I would like a special from him now. Back to Gratian. He ploughs his way forward. Powell. He steps and drives in good yards from Roy Powell, coming good just when we needed him. So 5 tremendous drives from Bradford, taking it inside the Hull half. Fox puts the ball, bisects Gay, but it's going to be a little bit too strong as the snow starts to fall here at Otsall. So Bradford Northern, about 10 minutes to try and pull this one out of the fire. Mark Jones warming up, could be rejoining the fray. Hewitt certainly won't rush this. Referee stops the clock. Certainly the crowd can't complain, being 11 tries scored today in end-to-end stuff. Unfortunately, most of it being at the Bradford Northern end. Ball's gone loose. Hull pick the ball up. Well, that'd be a knock on. Linesman says play on. Well, that's a bad decision as far as Bradford are concerned. Now the linesman is on. Bit of an infringement there. Jerry Cordell certainly having his 3 penneth there. This is old Gary Nolan has taken a little bit of retribution out on Paul Newlove behind the referee's back. Both touchy judges on the pitch. Derek Fox asked the referee already whether he stopped the clock, and I'm sure he has. So free kick to Bradford. Kicking out, said Mr. Connolly. Oh, Paul, he said, don't worry about it, Paul, I saw it, I'll take any action that has to be taken. Now it's Medley. He just can't get that pass in. He's been closely marshalled. Now Dixon, who's had some tremendous foraging runs in the last 10 minutes. Certainly looked very, very dangerous in his second half as Paul Dixon. Clark scampers away there from acting half-back. 3 tackles gone. Fox will want this one surely. Head and spins round with him at a fall. There's the inside gap for Medley. Now Fox has the ball. Does the run round with Grayson. He decides to go on his own. The last tackle, will we see a little kick from Fox? He's at the acting half-back. There's a little kick over the top. Not the best to kick, so the ball goes back. Newlove has it. Cordell's out there. Is it try number 5? It did touch. Oh, that's tremendously unlucky. Well, my co-commentator is complaining that it was a forward pass. The referee didn't give it. Would have been a try if Jerry had just managed to keep that 1 foot out of touch. But Dixon scoots away from the acting half position. Now it's McNamara. He's met by Grayson. Is it Grayson? Sorry. Adam Greenwood. Now young Wilson, he tucks in. David Heron marshalling him very, very closely. Five quick drives from Hull. Dixon decides to go from marker. There's a little chip over the top. All the Hull players on the side. Summers must catch this. He does well. Brings the ball down under pressure. Newlove's acting halfback. He wants to get on with the game. He shoots away. Cuts inside 1. Ducks under a very vicious side tackle. Steve McNamara there. I think. Sorry, Nolan again. Probably committed to the tackle. He didn't connect. I'm sure the referee will do no more than have a little word with him. Just calm him down his last final few minutes. Of course, Hull desperately hanging on here. The linesman giving his version of events. But as I said, I think the youngster there had been committed to the tackle as Paul stepped inside. Well, the Northern crowd not happy with it. They obviously want blood. As Fox kicks us deep again into the Hull half. So Powell, he drives forward. Grayson making those hard yards from the play of the ball, but not getting very far on that occasion. All that by Walker, who's worked tremendously hard. There's the gap for Medley. He wants a quick play of the ball. He steps over it. Linesman says play on. Trevor Clark scoots away now. Bradford Northern on the 4th tackle in the Hull 22. Ball well clamped there by the Hull defence as Haddon looked to unload it. Now Summers, he was a lovely long pass out. Newlove, Dale Powell takes it, knocks off 1, gets the ball back out to Carlisle. He just can't manage to get it. And that ball going Bradford way there. Sterling did well to take that ball, but then found himself being dragged into touch.
Jones Walker.
Big Mark Jones rejoins the fray. Substituting Russ Walker, who's had a tremendous game, and the few Hull supporters there give him a Worthy, there's a big gap outside here now. The Bradford just take it forward. Powell goes in, gets the ball to Nola, but the whole defence up very, very fast. Nola trying desperate to get that ball away. This time it's Powell who shoots off from a marker. The whole Richard Gay on that occasion comes in very late. To Heron. Heron inside to Roy Powell. Roy Powell loses the ball. And that, well, Bradford Northern luckily get a penalty. Interesting to see what they do here, Steve. Will it be a tap or will they decide to run it? What do you think?
I think they've got to go for the try. 12 points still behind. Time ticking away. Here's Gratian. Been a great fight back by Bradford in the second half. They've had a mountain of possession. And they've certainly put the screw on the whole defence. But still Hull have that 12-point lead. Medley going for the open side. Here comes Hall for the corner and makes it. It's out of the tackle of James Grant and crosses in the corner. Well, the Bradford fight back continues. Well, they don't make it any easier for Derek Fox. All these scores right in the corner. It's 24-32 now. 6 points of Hull. Well, it's to the right of the post, so Hull still with that valuable 8-point lead. How long to go? About 4 or 5 minutes to go plus injury time. There'll be a bit because the referee has stopped the clock a few times. So it's going to be Paul Eastwood to kick off as the snow comes down. And Brian Hull could certainly do with some possession.
Yeah, they just need the ball. I mean, Bradford we just haven't had the ball for, which seems only about 5 minutes in this half. It's difficult defending all the time. Fox. Summers. Gratian. Fourth tackle. Roy Powell. Last tackle then. To Fox. Kicks deep. Finding touch. Doesn't. Paul Eastwood gets the ball. And receives the tackle. Roy Gay, Richard Gay. And the snow, the blizzard conditions here at Bradford, it's appalling. Sterling. McNamara. Jones. Last tackle. Hewitt kicks. Manages to turn Summers, but Summers gets it, setting the attempt. Got some pace as Summers. Runs into Eastwood's tackle out by Gary Nolan. Caudle. Paul Dixon. Hall, oh, good tackle on Powell, Dale Powell by Paul Sterling. Fox. Powell. Last tackle. And make it, we're just entering injury time. Fox kicks. Should be Gay's ball, it is. Oh, does well Richard Gay. Oh, we've just got all this ball for 6. I don't see Bradford scoring twice. Oh, good run by Davey. Jones. Well tackled by 3 Bradford defenders. McNamara. Just safety first stuff this by all. Running the clock down. It's Jeff Doyle. We haven't seen him much of this half as all the ones have the possession. A good Doyle reaches halfway. Sun comes out. Snow stops. Ball back to Eastwood. Ball right to Carl Hall, who beats Sterling. But Grant just takes the weight off him. And Hewitt Busby cleans up. Fox. Bradford got to spin it wide. Heron. Oh, to Dixon. To Heron. Tackle by McNamara. Important tackle that. Slowed it down. Bradford had men out going left. Roy Powell. Hull supporters singing Old Faithful. They realise just got a tackle to win this game. Dixon to Newlove. Oh, well tackled by Gary Nolan. Crowd didn't like the tackle. Summers. That's Clark. Summers. Newlove. Good ball to it. Bradford still going. Cordle. Good tackling, last tackle. Fox kicks high. Oh, well taken there by Richard Gay. Brilliantly taken by Richard Gay. I thought Gary Nolan got in his way, but he hadn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, the British draft scaffolding at Bradford.
Gary Nolan.
Goes to number 5, Gerald Cordle.
Grant. Oh, important 6 yards there by Grant. Deaver. Wilson, who tackled very well. Good run by Wilson. Last tackle. A long kick. Summers. Played 2 minutes of injury time. Good tackle by Doyle on Summers there. Hull looking to bring Brendan Greenwood back on. Not quite sure who for. Fox. Heron. Dixon gets out the tackle. Clark. Nice ball. Medley. Forward about that one. Referee says it went back. Sterling. Fox. Oh, nice ball. There's room out to the left. Oh, terrible play by Gresham then. There was a try begging. Last tackle. Fox. Dixon gets rid of it. Kick over by Hall. Think it'd be too strong. It isn't. Oh, what a cruel bounce for Richard Gay. Carl Hall follows the kick up, bounced away from Gay. I'll make it 3 minutes of injury time now. Well, rather stoppage time, because most of it's not been for injury, it's been for the referees stopping the clock. Greenwood trying to get on. For, looks like Paul Eastwood. No, and it's Deaver. Daniel Deaver coming off. Easy kick for Fox. He gets it this time. That's the whistle. That's the hooter gone. Hull just told out. 32 points to 30. And look at the scoreboard. John, really, Hull's done it on the goal kicking, haven't they?
Certainly have. Little Fox didn't have his kicking boots on today. 13 tries scored between the sides. Tremendously exciting game, really end-to-end stuff, but really Bradford only have themselves to blame for that woeful first half tackling display, which allowed Hull to come right into the game and really go away before half time. And all credit to Bradford, they came back well. I think they'll be regretting that try just after half time from that big up and under. Paul Neil Summers, probably not used to the full back, but they broke the golden rule of not letting it bounce. Very, very unfortunate. I suppose Bradford now then having to rely on other people's results. It'd be interesting to see what happens if Warrington beat Wigan today. Probably could throw the championship race wide open again. But all credit to Hull, they played some excellent stuff in the first half, and I'm sure that the incoming Hull coach Peter Rowe will be quite impressed with that, Steve.
We've just seen a good game, Peter, plenty of tries, but how did you see it overall?
Well, we started very well, and then Hull got 1 or 2 tries, and we gave some silly tries away, giving the ball away. Hull capitalised on this and took a big lead, 26-8, and that's a big lead to have at half-time.
Where does it leave Bradford Northern within the sort of the broad scope of the championship race? Where does it leave you now?
Well, the championship race now looks a forlorn hope. We would have to win all our matches to make sure of that, and that means we have to beat Wigan twice, home and away. That might just be beyond us, because I don't think we're quite as strong as what they are, and so it's going to be very, very tough for us.
You're not giving up though, are you sure?
Nobody gives up when there's a mathematical chance of what you call survival or winning a championship. This is the most important championship there's been in rugby league football in the history of the game, and our lads have been up there all the time. They've done very, very well. We've had a great season so far, but just when it comes to the final analysis, playing a top team under pressure all the time, it just seems to be a little bit gone.
So as far as you're concerned now, Wigan, do you think they're firmly planted back as favourites?
Well, Warrington has still got a chance. I don't know how that match will go on this afternoon, but certainly Wigan now seem to be favourites. If Warrington can turn them over, it gives them an outside chance. And I'm not saying that they haven't got a chance, they still have, because Wigan have got 1 or 2 tough matches, which are against us, of course. So we could do Warrington a favour if we can't do ourselves one.
What do you think of Hull today?
Well, Hull battled hard. They came here, they knew they had a job to do, and they battled very hard. They took the tries well, but we gave away more points with bad tackling than they created.